All right, so are you ready to like dive deep into this whole future of video content thing?
I am so ready.
It's going to be wild. We're
Yeah.
looking ahead to 2025.
To 2025.
And we're going to be using this awesome YouTube video by Natasha as our guide.
Okay.
She's a video expert, and she's got some seriously interesting predictions.
I love predictions. It's like looking into a crystal ball.
Totally. Yeah, and some of these are real eye-openers.
Oh, good.
Like, we're going to be talking about the whole rise of signature content.
Okay.
Figuring out how to structure videos for maximum impact, and even like where short form video fits into this whole puzzle.
Yeah, because everyone's talking about short form video.
It's everywhere.
But is that all there is?
Right. That's the question. So Natasha really nails it when she talks about how like a lot of content just feels kind of generic these days.
Oh, I totally agree.
You know, you're scrolling through your feed and everything just kind of blends together.
Yeah, it's like a sea of sameness.
Exactly.
It's hard to stand out.
And that's where she's pushing creators to like really develop content that's uniquely their own.
Right.
Something that reflects their brand's personality and values.
It's their signature style.
Their signature style, yeah.
It makes total sense.
Right.
But how do you actually do that?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah, because standing out is definitely easier said than done.
Especially when everyone's vying for attention.
Exactly.
Everyone wants to go viral. So
Yeah.
how do we actually stand out?
Well, that's where Natasha comes in.
Yeah.
She outlines 3 core strategies for creating this signature content.
Okay. I'm listening.
Signature series, custom edits, and thoughtful B-roll.
Okay. Those sound pretty intriguing.
Let's unpack these one by one.
All right, let's do it.
Let's start with signature series.
Okay, signature series.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, what is that?
So think of it like your own mini Netflix show.
Ooh, like a series.
Exactly, a series.
I like it.
You break down a complex topic,
Yeah.
something you're an expert in,
Okay.
into bite-sized episodes.
Bite-sized episodes.
You need
Yeah.
to digest.
I can digest that.
And it creates this binge-worthy experience for your audience.
Oh, so they keep coming back for more.
Exactly. They want more.
I like it.
And Natasha has seen it work.
Okay, so this is tried and true.
Yes, she's helped clients achieve viral success with this format
Viral results.
across various platforms.
Okay, now you've got my attention.
Right.
But where do we even begin brainstorming ideas for a signature series?
That's a great question.
Like, how do you come up with these ideas?
Well, Natasha has some great advice there.
Okay.
She suggests starting with your frequently asked questions.
Frequently asked questions.
Like, what do people constantly ask you about? What are you a total pro at explaining?
Okay.
You know, even those random brilliant ideas you jot down.
Like in my notes app.
Yeah, those could be gold.
Oh, yeah. Those little nuggets.
It's about finding a format and topic that you're passionate about
Okay.
and that you can create consistently.
Yeah, because consistency is key, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Consistency is key.
Okay. I'm already thinking about those burning questions my audience keeps asking.
The dig.
It's like taking those nuggets of knowledge we have
Yeah.
and turning them into a must-watch experience.
Exactly.
Now, what about custom edits?
Custom edits.
Does this mean like we need to become professional video editors?
Not necessarily.
Okay, good.
While those basic editing tools on platforms are convenient,
Yeah, they're definitely handy.
Natasha encourages us to go further.
Can go further. Okay.
External editing apps can unlock a whole new level of customization.
Ooh, customization. Like the sound of that.
Think branded fonts and colors.
Okay.
A consistent visual style across all your videos.
So like having a brand guide for your videos.
Exactly. It's like having a video mood board.
Oh, a visual mood board. That's such a smart way to think about it.
Right.
It makes creating content so much easier when you have that clear visual direction.
It streamlines the process.
Totally. Yeah.
And speaking of visual,
Yeah, speaking of visuals.
Natasha's point about thoughtful B-roll really hit home for me.
Oh, me too.
We've all seen those generic stock footage clips.
The coffee mug.
The coffee mug.
The perfectly organized workspaces. It's like, I've seen it all.
It's so cliche.
And Natasha even calls those out in her video.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious.
It's so funny.
She's reminding us that our B-roll should reflect our unique personalities.
Right.
Not just follow the crowd.
It should feel authentic.
Authentic, yeah.
Like it's actually you.
It's about showing the real you.
Yeah.
The things that make your brand stand out.
Exactly.
So we're ditching the generic B-roll
yes.
and thinking about how our visuals can support our brand's message.
It's all about supporting your message.
It's those little details that add up to a cohesive brand experience.
100%.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired already.
Good.
But signature content is just one piece of the puzzle, right?
There's more to it.
What about video structure?
Video structure is key.
how do we keep viewers engaged from start to finish?
That's a great question.
It's a big one.
And it's the focus of Natasha's next prediction.
Okay.
She goes beyond the usual hook your audience advice.
Yeah, because everyone says hook your audience.
Everyone says it.
But how do you actually do that?
Exactly.
And then what?
How do you keep them hooked?
So she dives deep into the importance of structure for keeping viewers glued to the screen.
Okay, structure is key.
Structure is key.
So Natasha highlights two key elements.
Two key elements.
Unexpected hooks
Okay.
and visual interest, or what she calls pattern interruption.
Pattern interruption. I love that.
So let's start with those unexpected hooks.
Okay. Unexpected hooks.
Does this mean we need to ditch the classic how-to intro?
It's not about ditching it entirely,
Okay.
but rather finding more creative ways to draw viewers in.
More creative ways.
Instead of that generic how to achieve X intro,
Right.
Natasha suggests starting with a story
Ooh, I like story.
or a bold opinion. Ooh, a hot take.
Yes, a hot take.
I like it.
Or even a visual hook.
Ooh, visual hooks. Tell me more about those.
I will.
I'm all about using visuals to capture attention. Visuals are key.
So think about it.
Okay.
Even subtle movements can be incredibly engaging. Natasha gives examples like sitting down at the start,
Okay.
getting ready, walking and talking, or even just naturally fidgeting a little.
Like being yourself.
Yeah, just being yourself, those little movements.
Okay.
She even uses a visual hook in her own video.
Did I catch it?
Did you catch it?
I'm not sure.
What does she do?
I don't know.
She sits down.
Oh, she sits down.
As she begins speaking,
Okay.
it's simple, but it draws you in visually.
Right.
These subtle visual cues can make a world of difference in preventing your videos from feeling static and predictable.
Okay, so it's like adding a little bit of movement
Yes, a little bit of movement
to keep people engaged.
keeps them engaged.
Wow. I'll have to go back and watch that again. It's amazing how these small details can have such a big impact.
They really can.
So unexpected hooks, check. What about this pattern interruption idea?
Pattern interruption.
Is that like some kind of Jedi mind trick?
Not quite.
Okay.
It's about keeping viewers engaged by shaking things up visually throughout the video.
Okay, so shaking things up.
Yeah, like if your content becomes monotonous,
People will tune out.
people will zone out.
Right.
Think about it. You wouldn't want to watch a movie with just one long, uninterrupted shot, would you?
No, that would be so boring.
It would be so boring.
Like our brains crave variety,
You do.
and those visual shifts help keep us engaged.
Keep us on our toes.
So how do we actually implement pattern interruption in our videos?
That's the question.
Give me some concrete examples.
Wow.
Like, what does this look like in practice?
So Natasha has a whole arsenal of techniques.
Okay, hit me with it.
One that I found particularly clever is starting with the end result.
Ooh, starting with the end result.
Think about those recipe videos that tantalize you with the finished dish
Yeah.
before showing you how to make it.
Yes, and you're like, I want that.
You want that.
Now show me how to make it.
That's pattern interruption at work. Building
Okay.
anticipation and curiosity.
I get it.
It's like a little sneak peek.
Yeah, a little teaser.
What are some other techniques we can use?
Yeah, give me more.
Reaction style videos are great for this.
Reaction videos.
Even if you're not doing a traditional stitch or reply.
Okay.
Imagine incorporating a green screen
Okay.
of a video or concept you're reacting to.
Ooh.
It's an instant visual shift.
the bam.
Bam.
Okay.
And speaking of green screens,
Yeah.
changing them throughout the video is even better for pattern interruption.
Okay, so multiple green screens.
Multiple green screens.
Got it.
Even something as simple as changing locations for different talking points can make a big difference.
Ooh, changing locations.
So like you're talking about point A, you're in location A.
Okay.
Then for point B, you switch to location B. It's a visual cue that something new is happening.
I like it.
And if you're creating B-roll style content, vary those clips.
Okay.
Show different angles, keep things visually interesting.
So mix it up.
Mix it up.
Don't just use the same shot over and over again.
Exactly. Natasha herself mentions how she loves to sprinkle B-roll throughout her talking head videos to break things up.
Ooh, yeah, I've noticed that in some of her videos.
It's a great way to keep things visually engaging.
It's like we're creating a visual roller coaster
I love that.
with twists and turns and unexpected moments to keep the audience on the edge of their seats.
Exactly.
It's not about being overly flashy or gimmicky.
No, it's not about that.
It's about being intentional with your structure.
Intention.
Finding those subtle shifts that enhance the viewing experience.
Little details that make a big difference.
Okay, signature content video structure. We've covered a lot of ground already.
We have.
And I'm feeling pretty good about our 2025 video strategy so far. But there's one big question looming. What about short-form video?
Ah, yes.
Is it dead?
Is it dead?
Are we all doomed?
Don't panic just yet.
Okay.
While platforms like TikTok Reels and YouTube Shorts are still relevant,
Okay, they're still around.
they're still around.
Phew.
Natasha had some insightful observations about the changing landscape of short-form content.
I'm all ears. What's she seeing out there?
So she's noticed that creators are pushing boundaries and successfully creating longer-form content,
Longer form content.
even on these platforms known for short clips.
So it's not just about cramming everything into 60 seconds anymore.
Not necessarily.
There's room to breathe to tell a more complete story.
Exactly.
Our attention spans aren't that short, right?
Right.
We can handle a little bit more.
And the second observation Natasha makes is the rise of platforms that prioritize longer-form content,
Okay.
like LinkedIn and YouTube.
So YouTube is making a comeback.
It seems so.
I'm sensing a theme here.
What's the theme?
Quality over quantity.
Yes.
Depth over fleeting trends.
I like it.
It's about providing real value to your audience.
Real value.
Not just chasing the latest viral dance craze.
Which, let's be honest, can get a little old.
Totally, yeah.
So it's about creating content that has lasting power.
Content that people actually want to watch and engage with.
Exactly.
And speaking of YouTube, Natasha has a specific message for podcasters.
Podcasters, listen up.
She's essentially saying, if you're not on YouTube in 2025,
Get on it.
get on it ASAP.
It's a wake-up call.
Wow, I love her directness.
She doesn't sugarcoat it.
But with so much emphasis on longer form content, does this mean those quick, snappy videos with B-roll and text are a thing of the past?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
They still have their place.
Okay.
But Natasha cautions against relying on them as the sole pillar of your video strategy.
I see. So it's about finding the right balance.
Exactly.
Choosing the format that best serves your message and your audience.
Right, because different formats serve different purposes.
And it all comes down to strategy, right?
Strategy is key.
Understanding the strengths of each platform
Yeah.
and how they can work together to achieve your overall goals.
It's about having a holistic approach.
But there's another key element that Natasha emphasizes.
Okay, what's that?
And it's something that resonates deeply with me.
Hmm.
Relevance.
Relevance.
That's right. Natasha's next prediction is all about the importance of relevancy.
I love it.
It's not just about reaching the widest audience possible.
No.
It's about connecting with the right people.
Oh, right, people.
It's about creating content that speaks directly to their needs, interests, and aspirations.
Content that resonates.
Content that resonates, yeah.
You know, I've always believed that quality engagement trumps sheer quantity any day.
Me too, 100%.
But how do we actually ensure our content is relevant in this increasingly noisy digital landscape?
That's the challenge.
How do we cut through the clutter and connect with our ideal audience?
It's tough out there.
It is tough.
So many people vying for attention.
So Natasha breaks down relevancy into two key aspects: knowing your target audience deeply
Okay.
and being hyper-specific in your content.
Okay, so knowing your target audience.
Yeah,
That sounds simple enough, but I have a feeling there's more to it than meets the eye.
there's definitely more to it.
It's not just about knowing their age or location, is it?
It's more than demographics.
It's deeper than that.
It's about understanding their needs, their pain points, their aspirations.
Okay, so really getting inside their heads,
Exactly.
figuring out what makes them tick.
What keeps them up at night?
What are they searching for?
What are their dreams?
Once you have a deep understanding of your audience, you can create content that genuinely resonates with them on an emotional level.
Content that speaks to their soul.
It's like speaking their language,
Right.
addressing their specific challenges and desires.
It's about having a conversation.
It's no longer about broadcasting to the masses.
No more broadcasting.
It's about having a targeted conversation.
Exactly. A one-on-one.
And the second piece, being hyper-specific in your content, ties directly into that.
Yes, it does.
It's about providing detailed context information about yourself, your brand, and how it relates to your audience.
So less vague generalizations.
Okay, less vague generalizations.
More nitty-gritty detail.
More nitty-gritty details. I like it.
Can you give me a concrete example of what this looks like in practice?
Yeah, give me an example.
Sure. Natasha uses the example of a day in the life video title.
Okay, a day in the life video.
Instead of a generic day in the life of a work-from-home mom,
Right.
you could say something like,
Okay.
day in the life of a 35-year-old homeschooling mom running an Etsy business from her kitchen table.
Wow.
You see the difference.
The second title is so much more specific.
Much more specific.
And it paints a much clearer picture of who the video is for
Right.
and what they can expect.
It's all about adding those extra layers of detail
Yeah, those details matter.
that make your content stand out and connect with the right people.
It's like a magnet for your ideal audience,
Exactly.
drawing them in with hyper-relevant content
Content that they actually care about.
that speaks directly to their needs and interests.
And by focusing on relevance,
Yeah.
we're not just creating content, we're building genuine connections with our audience.
This is all starting to make sense.
Good.
We've talked about crafting signature content, structuring videos for maximum impact, adapting to the evolving landscape of short-form video, and prioritizing relevance.
It's a lot to take in,
It is.
but it's all important.
It's clear that Natasha is advocating for a more strategic, thoughtful approach to video creation as we approach 2025.
She's all about strategy.
But I have a feeling she's not done yet.
I think there's more.
What other valuable insights does she have in store for us?
Well, let's wait and see. Welcome back to our deep dive into the future of video content.
We're back.
So, building on what we were just discussing about relevance,
Yeah.
Natasha highlights some outdated tactics that we need to leave behind as we approach 2025. Ooh, outdated tactics.
So,
It's time for a bit of a video content cleanse, if you will.
a video cleanse. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, get rid of the clutter.
Out with the old.
Exactly.
What kind of outdated tactics are we talking about? I'm ready to clear out the clutter and make room for a more effective approach.
So she specifically calls out the over-reliance on trending audio.
Trending audio.
Remember those days when everyone was jumping on the latest TikTok sound?
Oh, yeah?
It seemed like the key to going viral.
Right. Like everyone was doing it.
But Natasha suggests that this approach might not be as effective moving forward.
That's interesting. I have to admit, I've definitely hopped on the trending audio bandwagon a few times, hoping to catch that viral wave.
I think we all have.
But I can see how relying solely on trends could be a risky strategy.
It can be.
What's Natasha's reasoning behind this prediction?
It goes back to the concept of relevancy and authenticity.
Oh,
While trending audio can be fun and engaging,
yeah.
it doesn't necessarily guarantee a deep connection with your audience.
Right, it's not a magic bullet.
It's not a magic bullet.
So it's about using audio strategically to enhance your message
Exactly.
and create a unique experience that reflects your brand, not just following the crowd.
Find your own sound.
Yeah, find your own sound.
Don't just follow the herd.
That makes a lot of sense. It's about finding that sweet spot between being current and staying true to your brand's voice and values.
Right.
So less about chasing fleeting trends and more about crafting a sonic identity that resonates with your audience.
Yeah. Okay. I'm on board with that. What about our hashtags? Are those going the way of the dodo bird too?
Natasha's stance on hashtags might surprise you.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
She suggests that they might not be as crucial for growth as we once thought.
Wow, that's a bold statement.
I
I know a lot of creators who swear by hashtags.
know, right?
I mean, they seem like a key part of discoverability, especially on platforms like Instagram and TikTok.
They do seem important.
What's her reasoning behind this prediction?
Again, it all comes back to relevance.
Relevance. Okay.
Instead of stuffing our captions with a laundry list of generic hashtags, yeah, just throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Exactly. We should focus on creating content that organically attracts the right audience.
So it's less about gaming the system with hashtags.
Yeah.
And more about creating content that genuinely resonates with our target audience.
Content that speaks to their hearts.
I'm starting to see a pattern here.
What's the pattern?
Natasha is really advocating for a shift towards authenticity and intentionality in our approach to video content.
She is.
It's about focusing on the things that truly matter.
The things that matter.
Connecting with our audience, building relationships, and providing
I
value.
think those are the foundations.
It's not about quick fixes or shortcuts.
No shortcuts.
It's about building something meaningful and lasting.
Building a legacy.
Exactly. And, it's not just about what we're moving away from. Natasha also hints at some exciting things she has planned for her own channel in the lead up to 2025. This includes a series on simple video systems, which I think will be incredibly valuable for creators who are feeling overwhelmed by the technical side of things.
Yes. I'm so glad she's addressing this. The technical aspects of video production can be a major hurdle for many creators, myself included. I'm always looking for ways to streamline my workflows and make the process more efficient.
Me too.
Yeah.
The tech stuff can be so intimidating.
It can be.
What kind of things do you think she'll cover in this series?
I'm imagining she'll delve into topics like organizing files, creating efficient editing workflows, and maybe even recommending some helpful tech tools to simplify the process. It's all about removing those technical barriers so creators can focus on what they do best, creating amazing content.
I love that. Efficient systems are a game changer. It frees up so much time and energy to focus on the creative side of things.
Exactly.
What else is Natasha working on?
Well, she also mentioned some exciting updates to her story strategy, which I'm personally very curious to hear about. Storytelling is such a powerful tool in video content, and I'm always looking for ways to refine my approach.
Me too. I think a lot of creators struggle with storytelling. It's not always easy to translate our ideas into compelling narratives that resonate with our audience. What kind of updates do you think she'll be sharing?
I'm not sure about the specifics, but I'm hoping she'll delve into topics like crafting compelling narratives, structuring stories for different platforms, and maybe even share some tips on incorporating personal anecdotes and experiences into our content.
Oh, I love that. Adding those personal touches can make such a big difference. It helps create a stronger connection with the audience and makes your content more relatable and memorable. I'm really looking forward to seeing what she comes up with.
Well, it seems like Natasha has a lot more wisdom to share, and we'll be right here ready to unpack it all with you.
This has been such an insightful deep dive into the future of video content. I'm feeling inspired and energized to take my own video strategy to the next level. What about you? What's resonating with you the most from Natasha's predictions?
I think what's really resonating with me is the shift towards authenticity and intentionality.
Authenticity and intentionality.
It's a reminder that we don't need to follow the crowd or chase fleeting trends.
Right.
We can create content that's uniquely ours, that reflects our brand's personality, and that stands out in a sea of sameness.
I love that. It's about finding your voice, embracing your quirks, and creating content that truly aligns with your values and vision. What about you? What nugget of wisdom are you going to take away and implement in your own video strategy?
I'm definitely going to be more mindful of my B-roll choices.
B-roll.
I'm done with those generic stock footage clips.
Yeah, ditch the stock footage.
I want my visuals to reflect my unique personality and style, not just follow the latest trends.
It's about being you.
It's all about creating a cohesive brand experience that feels authentic and engaging.
That's a great takeaway. I'm feeling inspired to experiment with more unexpected hooks and visual interests in my videos.
That's awesome.
And Natasha's call to action for podcasters to embrace YouTube really resonated with me.
Yeah, that was powerful.
It's time to step out of my comfort zone and explore new platforms to reach a wider audience.
Absolutely. And remember, these are just a few of the many insights Natasha shared in her video.
Right. We're just scratching the surface.
We encourage you to check out the full video for even more valuable advice and inspiration.
And we'll be back soon with part 3 of this deep dive, where we'll continue exploring the future of video content and discuss some of Natasha's upcoming content, including her series on simple video systems and story strategy updates. Stay tuned.
All right, so welcome back to our final part
Final part
of our deep dive into the future of video content.
with the amazing Natasha.
Yeah, with
A
Natasha.
video expert extraordinaire.
I love her.
She's so smart.
We've covered so much ground already,
Much.
from signature content and video structure
Yeah.
to the changing landscape of short-form video and the power of relevancy.
It's a lot,
It is.
but it's all important
It is.
for success in 2025.
Yeah, 2025 is right around the corner.
It is coming up fast.
We got to be prepared.
Got to be ready. But before we wrap up, I'm really curious to hear more about those upcoming projects Natasha mentioned.
No, me too.
Especially that series on simple video systems.
Yeah, that was really intriguing.
I think a lot of creators, myself included, can get bogged down by the technical side of video production.
Oh, absolutely.
It can feel overwhelming at times.
It can be a real roadblock.
Yeah, and it's not just about the technical skills themselves, it's about having efficient systems in place.
Systems are key.
Yeah, to streamline your entire workflow.
Your workflow needs to flow.
Right.
Otherwise, you're just wasting time and energy.
Totally. Yeah.
Think about it. How much time do you spend searching for that one file?
Oh my gosh, hours.
Or trying to remember which editing shortcut does what?
Oh.
Imagine if you could reclaim all that wasted time and energy
That would be amazing.
and channel it back into creating amazing content.
That's the dream.
So I think Natasha's going to give us some really valuable tips in this series.
Yeah. What do you think she might cover?
Well, she could dive into things like organizing files,
Okay. File organization is key.
creating efficient editing workflows,
Workflow optimization.
or even recommending helpful tech tools.
Ooh, tech tools. I love new tech tools.
There's so many great ones out there.
And it doesn't have to be complicated.
Keep it simple.
Sometimes the simplest solutions are the most effective.
Absolutely.
It's about finding those small tweaks and adjustments that can make a huge difference in your overall productivity.
Little changes, big impact.
And remember, it's not about becoming a tech wizard overnight.
No, you don't have to be a tech genius.
It's about taking small steps
One step at a
to
time.
build a system that works for you.
A system that fits your needs.
Yeah, because everyone's different.
Everyone's got their own way of doing things.
Exactly. And speaking of systems, Natasha also mentioned some updates to her story strategy.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited about that one.
Storytelling is such a crucial part of creating engaging video content.
It's the heart of it all.
So I'm very interested to see what she has in store for us.
Me too.
You know, I think a lot of creators, myself included, struggle with translating our ideas into compelling narratives that resonate with our audience.
It's not easy.
It's not always easy.
What kind of updates do you think she might be sharing?
She could delve into things like crafting compelling narratives,
Okay.
structuring stories for different platforms.
Different platforms, different stories.
Yeah, because a story that works on TikTok might not work on YouTube.
Exactly.
Or maybe even share some tips on incorporating personal anecdotes and experiences into our content.
Ooh, I love personal anecdotes.
Me too. They add so much depth and authenticity.
They make you feel like you know the creator.
They make you feel like you're right there with
Or
them.
you're part of their journey.
Those personal touches can be so powerful.
They really can.
They help you connect with your audience on a deeper level
It's about building relationships.
and make your content more relatable and memorable.
So people remember you.
It's about showing your vulnerability, sharing your story,
Being yourself.
and letting your personality shine through.
People want to see the real you.
Exactly. And remember, storytelling isn't just for entertainment.
It's more than just entertainment.
It's a powerful tool for connecting with your audience
Building trust.
and communicating your message in a way that resonates emotionally.
It's about making people feel something.
Well, it sounds like we have a lot to look forward to from Natasha as we head towards 2025.
Definitely.
Her insights have been so valuable,
So valuable.
and I'm feeling inspired and equipped to tackle the ever-evolving world of video content.
Me too. Bring on 2025.
What about you? What are you taking away from this deep dive?
You know, it's that reminder to constantly adapt and refine our approach as the video landscape continues to change.
It's always changing.
But at the same time, it's about staying true to ourselves,
Being authentic.
embracing our unique voices, and
Mhm.
creating content that genuinely connects with our audience.
I love that. It's a beautiful blend of strategy and authenticity.
It's a perfect combination.
And at the end of the day, that's what truly matters.
What matters most?
Creating content that we're passionate about, that resonates with our audience, and that makes a positive impact on the world.
That's what it's all about.
This has been such an insightful deep dive into the future of video content.
I agree.
We've learned so much from Natasha, and we hope you have too.
We hope you're feeling inspired.
Until next time, happy